Today we're talking about everybody's favourite SOE, Eskom. They certainly are my favourite because they can't put a foot right in social media. Over the past 7 days, there's been an enormous conversation about Eskom, and we can have a look at that on the social media analytics tool. You'll see here that there's 20,000 results over a 7-day period, and we can tell exactly when the peaks and valleys happened. The first one was on the 23rd of July, and then after that, 24th of July. So within 2 days, there was enormous coverage, and the impact of that coverage is what we'll see come out of this report now. The engagement level is huge. Every time something's said about Eskom, 45,000 people react in some way, shape, or form. So they're top of mind for us. Most of the conversation, as normally does happen when you're dealing with brand damage, comes out of Twitter. 95.5% of the conversation about Eskom is coming from the Twitterati out there, and they are not being kind at all. If we look at sentiment, you can see that Eskom has a major problem. 46.2% of the conversation is completely negative as far as Eskom is concerned. And we can also see where that's coming from. You'll see that Twitter is carrying 47.4% negative publicity. Forums, so where people are conversing online, is carrying 52% negative publicity. And then, of course, newspapers are also generating the news media that then spills over into the social media conversation. If we want to understand what people were focusing on and what were they talking about when they spoke about Eskom, it's very clear when we look at the themes. Just look at the word billion. It's enormous as far as Eskom is concerned. And that's because South Africans have got so used to using this term billion, I don't think we even understand how big that number actually is. When we're told 215 billion rands worth of interest, how big is that number actually? I think if you researched it, you would have an absolute heart attack. The number is enormous. And right next to billion is the word capture. So we're referring back to the state capture story and the fact that that money is not going into where we need it most, and that's into education. I'm glad I'm not on Eskom's watch and doing their social media deck, because they certainly must be drowning at the moment.